Hello and welcome, race fans, once again to an HCK Beagles Racing League here tonight. Again, Tuesday nights is some of the best nights we have here during the week, and we got a good one in store for you here. It's the Freedom Landscaping, some mileage that I can't remember at Talladega.
160.
160. Thank you, Mr. English, as we get ready to go and watch these 30-plus trucks. Gosh, love these high car numbers. Join us here and enjoy this wonderful race in action. But first, let's get things kicked off with the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have some great sponsors over here at HCK Beagles, one of which being tonight's hosts of the evening, the Freedom Landscapings there. We'll get back into them here in just a second, as well as Davidson Builders. Proud to have them along for the ride. Same thing with AdminBoxx. They're going to be sponsoring the pole sitter here tonight, as well as Dubby, the official energy partner here at HCK Beagles Racing League. And boy, oh boy, these sponsors just keep getting better and better. I'm Alan Brown, and I am joined, as always, by Mr. Alan English here in the booth. Mr. English, how you doing tonight, brother?
Great, Alan. You know, I get so excited when we come to Talladega, especially when we're doing a league that has these trucks. This is some of the most exciting, amazing racing that you'll see streamed on the internet for iRacing anyway. Talladega with these trucks. These trucks punch such a big hole in the air. Aerodynamics is very important here. They do have some of the horsepower dialed out of these things. I think it's 5%, but you're going to see some huge runs. You're going to see a lot of pushing and probably a lot of trucks going sideways. So even though we might see some hurt feelings tonight, you're going to see a lot of great racing as well.
Yes, absolutely. It's down there on pit road. Well, I should say at Papa Joe's Food Shack down there, man, eating all the good snacks and stuff that they got down there. Is Mr. Adam Turner. Adam, how you doing tonight, man?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, I'm hanging out at Papa Joe's. It's actually a beer joint. There's no food here. However, 2 fast repairs, 75% fuel, minus 5% power, like English was saying. 4 sets of tires. It's Dega. There will be fights and mayhem and carnage. 125 degrees on the track, which is super hot right now. So should be awesome, man. Let's have some fights. Let's kick some butt. Have some fun racing.
Yes, sir, indeed. As we take a look here at that weather, we got cloud cover coming in right now, but that track's still looking nice and toasty. Otherwise, nice sunshiny day for these drivers, bringing us down to that key to the race, and it is beware the turbo tunnel, because it has a toll. what that price is, man, that has yet to be decided, and how you end up coming out of that situation.
Well, and for those of you that don't really know what that is that we're talking about, it's when you got two rows of cars that are staying in line pretty well, and then you'll have somebody drop to the middle. But if they don't close that gap in the middle, that middle car's truck, I should say, is able to side draft off of both sides and work their way through traffic up towards the front. And the only way to really stop that is for somebody to move up and try to block that truck. But we may see some of that tonight. It's very, very risky, as we've seen in the past, as sometimes these guys run out of room, especially coming out of the turns. So time will tell.
That will do. As we're watching here, the 5 of Stephen Naylor, part of that proud Freedom Landscaping company here that is sponsoring tonight's race. Go ahead and give them a call at 336-909-0629. It is a family built business, a veteran owned and operated since 2013, and they always give back to their community. So if you're in that North Carolina kind of area, go ahead and give them a call for all your landscaping needs, and give them some business, because man, that's how we support each other out here, is these local folks.
You can find them on Facebook too. If you go to AAA Broadcasting, I linked their Facebook page in on that post. So to get to it, just click on it. You get to see kind of the story behind it and all of that. It's very interesting. Stephen's active duty military. So thank you for your service, Stephen. And
Sir.
supporting those veteran-owned businesses, man, is pretty important.
Well, and look at Kevin Winker out there. I think you got another sponsor on the hood of that thing.
Yeah, you got Dubby down there. Oh man, his G-force is taking a tumble. You got Kevin Winker. He's also joining us with the face cam here tonight. Interesting point of view. It's up in the upper corner of his room, looking on down, and you can see he's got a tire stack there with him. He's maybe needing a safe place to crash his car, seeing how his races have gone.
Oh, the lighting and the memorabilia, man. He puts your beat laboratory to shame there.
Oh, dude, this is amazing. I've seen pictures of this little man cave down there. It's pretty cool. So good to see him out there with the Dubby machine. Team America in the house.
Yes, sir. As I'm trying to click on a name before it disappears, Derek Welsh as well joining us here with the face cams, driving that #1 Numb Thumbs gaming machine. He's always one to participate in that. We also have, let's see, we got Chandler Paul joining us as well. Jonathan Osborne. Can't click these things fast enough, so let's pull up someone else though. The head honcho over here, that's Mr. Gregory Turner. Unfortunately, the camera's not quite picking up his face, but he's living in Simpsons land there right now, enjoying the fruits of the great racing that HCK Beagles has started to produce here. And season after season, they just keep getting better and better, and I know he's one that really enjoys it. And now that he's able to actually race with these foos, he's able to enjoy it as well. And like I said, we also have Chandler Paul out there with all his racing memorabilia sitting there behind him as he goes to put some laps down here. We also got Earl Evans. He's in the house here tonight, joining us as always with that face camera up and running.
Thanks to everybody joining us already on YouTube. We're still sitting in the qualifying session with a few minutes to go here. Well, actually less than a minute to go in the qualifying session. But a lot of the drivers coming on and chatting us up. Mike Adamson saying hey to the guys in the booth and go Team Limitless. Thank you, Mike. Matt Jones, Chef Boy RD, he'll be out there running today. He said his racing suit is his chef coat. He says good luck, everybody. Caitlin Sharp saying good luck, Chef. Tyler Beverly pulling for the Beverly boys out there, and Team America getting some love as well. So and good luck to all them. And Chan the Man saying Dega is gonna be a blast. And Ryan Reardon, thank you also for joining us.
I mean, it's going to be something. We have about 30 trucks in here, so we're going to have some fun.
Oh, man. Let's see. What's the count now? 35? 35 trucks. I think one of them is going to be our race control that's not going to grid. I think that's Mark Beverly, but I'm not sure. He might be racing if they've got that AdminBoxx set up.
That indeed. And so we now do officially have our AdminBoxx pole sitter. We'll talk to him here in just a minute, and that's going to be Joshua Moore, winning pole position here at Talladega. But like I said, we will talk to him here once again in just a minute. But first, let's talk about everybody else who's in this field. As Brandon Eastman is going to pick up that second spot in the 10 machine. He's going to start here in second. Matthew Jones, our chef buddy down there driving the 66, he's going to start here in third with the 15 of Cody Staten. He's going to start in fourth. Haas Beverly is going to start here in fifth with that 22 machine. The 5 of Steven Naylor is going to start in sixth. The 88 of Zachary Staten is going to start in seventh with the 73 of Rick LePage on his outside there in eighth. In ninth, we got the 4 of Eric Stoy with the 6 of Paul Durkee rounding out tonight's starting top 10.
The 13 truck of Earl Evans will be starting in 11th place. Outside row 6 is going to be the one of Derek Welch. Dusty Smith and Gregory Turner will make up row 7. Row number 8 is going to be Mark Collins in the 23 machine and Jonathan Osborne in the 81. Row number 9 is going to be the 0000 Joe Bennett will be on the inside. Keith Miller in the 30 on the outside. Row number 10 is going to be Jake Buncho in the 86 and the 28 of Kenneth Stocks to his outside. The 21st is going to be the 12 of Austin Johnson. 22nd is going to be Cale Turbeville. Chandler Paul is 23rd. Kevin Winker starting in 24th in the 42 machine. And it looks like if Mark Beverly grids, he'll round out the top 25.
Yeah, I think he probably won't on this one, but we'll see. 54, Mike Adamson, 26th position. Number 3, Hunter Smith, sitting there in 27th. 84, Josh Bidner, didn't put in the time. We'll see if he shows up, 28th. Number 2, America's driver, Albert Anderson, in 29th, set in the back, kind of move to the front. I think that's his plan. 97, Rodney Griffin, 30th. 45, Michael Reynolds, 31st. 75, Brian Skidmore, 32nd. 20 of Zach Dillon will be 33rd. 55, Tom Barish will start 34th. And Michael Hicks in the 76 truck will be 35th.
Man, oh man, all these trucks and so much action here awaits us in this HCK Beagles race here from Talladega. Of course, we got to talk to our pole award winner here, and that's that 51 of Mr. Joshua Moore. Let me make sure I got everything popping on up here correctly. Where is that? There it is. Man, there's so many sponsors and logos that I got images all over the place here, but we'll talk to Joshua Moore here in just 1 second. That's actually a pretty easy drag right above us here from Team America. We got that 51 Joshua Moore winning that pole sitter award here tonight, Josh. Congratulations on that. It looks like you do have some teammates there up around you kind of to get this thing started off, but what are some strategies looking at this Talladega race you guys might be thinking about?
I think I'm just going to try to ride up here. I'm not going to try to lead this thing if anyone passes me. I'm just going to try to ride here.
Good luck tonight. I know you and your teammates, Team America's, you've got a heck of a shot tonight in that Muhlenberger Custom Homes Toyota. Good luck to you, sir, and we'll talk to you on the other side.
All right, thank you.
Back up to that Team America he goes, joining the Statons and Kevin Winker, all those guys driving those patriotic paint schemes and whatnot. But yeah,
so he won the like AdminBoxx Pace Pole Sitter Award tonight?
That he did. AdminBoxx, your proud producer of a button box that helps you with all your iRacing admin duty needs. You can go and check them out, and I believe they have a promo code. It might be like HCKBRL or something like that to kind of reduce your price. But either way, I do know they come in very handy because we all know that the 69 Little Rimmer Gregory Turner, he really loves to race with these guys and all that. But the problem is, it's difficult to admin and be kind of racing at the same time. You got so many buttons to push and all that. Well, AdminBoxx helps with that solution, where with just a button click, he can throw a caution, add laps, give penalties, do all of that. So AdminBoxx definitely helping out these guys in these league situations to make things run more smoothly. So make sure you go and check them out.
Alan, if you go to adminboxx.com, that's box with 2 X's, use code HCK-BOXX, you get a special discount. So definitely do that, and it'll be helping the league out and helping out our streaming buddies here. And thanks to y'all so much for paying attention tonight. AdminBoxx, awesome product.
Yeah, well, there we go. As well as you can go order up some Dubby for yourself, the proud energy sponsor here at HCK Beagles. If you use code HCK at checkout, you get 10% off. Go ahead and check them out at dubby.gg. Fantastic beverages, and I think they just released a peach flavor that I know I'm going to be ordering. Right now, I'm drinking some Dragonade, and it's absolutely delicious. And if you're like me, don't know how to read instructions and add a little too much water, well, guess what? It still tastes pretty dang good. So go ahead and pick yourself up some Dubby today.
Reading is hard.
Can I mix it with like a cold beer? I mean, I'm gonna have to do some testing at Dubby. Debbie, let me know.
Use at your own risk as this field is coming on down to pick up this green flag for the first time here tonight, entering this tri-oval and that Geico restart zone. Man, oh man, look at all those trucks as we take to the green flag for the first time here tonight at Talladega. Side by side they go, off and running down into turns 1 and 2. That 10, man, Brandon Eastman getting a big push by the 15 of Cody Staten. Just not quite able to get out in front there. I think maybe checked up or something there. The bump draft just was not happening here that early, as you can still see them go side by side. Some people kind of jockeying for position a little bit there in the middle of the field, as there goes that 15 and the 10 way clear out in front of that 51. It's just a matter of time before, yeah, there they go. They're dropping on down. Same thing with the 5 of Steven Naylor. He's just going to follow that train right on through as well. So your first 3 leaders, Eastman, Staten, and Naylor, followed by Joshua Moore, who's, we heard from him, he's just willing to kind of sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride here as they complete lap 1 from Talladega.
Well, Eastman might have been dragging a little bit of brake there, because we know that when you get a really big push from somebody, especially in these trucks, you don't want to get too far out ahead, because that really, really kills your momentum. So he's probably dragging a little bit of brake there.
Yeah, and you really don't need too many trucks to really get into a pack here. Look, this Albert Anderson just sitting back here in 33rd, but he hadn't lost the main pack. He's probably 100 yards behind him. It seems like he's content back there today.
Yeah, he's also,
at least for now.
Yeah, he's also got Michael Reynolds back there in that 45, kind of helping him along as well. Trying to keep inside that draft with Brian Skidmore. Problem is, I think he's actually lost it now. It's about a 1.5 seconds and growing. So Albert Anderson out of the draft pretty much immediately, but who knows? That could be the ultimate game plan.
It's the 42.
Oh, they're
wrecking. 42 and 00 Joe.
00 Joe goes for a wild ride there, as we're going to have our first caution of the night here coming at the end of lap number 2.
And that's why Albert was hanging back there.
Yeah.
It looks like Joe was in the tunnel. What do y'all call it? The terrible tunnel? The tunnel of death? I don't know. They're 3 wide. I mean, it's a little early, boys, to go 3 wide.
I did see one bounce off the wall, and I think that was the 00 It's the double O with a 42. It got crowded right there. We'll see in the replay here.
It did, so you can see the 42 kind of peeking towards the outside, really not forcing it. I think he's just trying to burn off some run there. Oh, man, the double O just goes straight up and hits the wall and comes back to clip the 42 there.
Looked like either something broke or maybe he ordered a pizza and didn't come back. I don't know.
It could have been a disconnect or something, because, yeah, he just drifted up into that outside wall. But it was really, I mean, Winker, yeah, he got hurt, and it looks like his engine is not doing so good. But Double O Joe, I think he had a wheel disconnect, because
that's what it looks like.
He never, like, turned the wheel to try to correct for anything here. Just straight up into the wall, back down into Winker, which caused absolute mayhem. As we kind of follow him as he drifts and goes along the track here, and just kind of drifts back down.
Well, go ahead. Thank you, Alex Sharp, for joining us today. Pulling for Chef Boyardee, got $100 on there on Matthew Jones out there. Let's see who we got. Connie Goodman, pulling for the 81, of course. Jay Burton is here as well. Peyton McGowan saying the 84 is a little bit tardy today. Hopefully he'll be able to get out there if he ain't already. Paul Ferdiani pulling for Double O Joe. Rebecca Smith pulling for Hunter Smith, the number 3, and also plugging Taylor Motor Company. Go check out Taylor Motor Company as well.
Yeah, Double O Joe was before all that, and it did look like something broke because he wasn't driving crazy. He was 3 wide and he was holding it. So right before that, something must have happened with the rig.
Who was it in NASCAR? I think it was last season. Somebody's steering wheel came off and they were trying to grab the shaft. You know, kind of what it looked like. It looked like the steering just quit.
I think Junior did that at one point, right?
That's probably what I'm thinking.
I'm pretty sure Junior did that at one point, and albeit it worked for a little while, I'm sure NASCAR wasn't too happy about that.
Yeah, just give him a pair of vice grips. You can still steer.
You gotta have one handy in there. Yeah. Well, the way Junior drove, he put both hands on top of the wheel anyway. It was kind of crazy, unorthodox. But hey, hopefully everybody's figured out there, and yeah, we have 2 fast repairs, so it's a little early. I wouldn't want to waste one, but sometimes you have to.
Yes, sir, indeed. As right now, kind of looking through the field, up 14 spots. We got the 76 of Michael Hicks. He's up 14, down in 21st right now, but looking to try to catch back on up here through this field. As we did have some people coming on in, topping up on fuel, maybe straightening out their bumpers from some hard bump drafting might have been going on in the middle of that pack. As you can see, I finally fixed it, guys. I can see all cars.
Hey.
What's that fancy computer you got there? You paid, you could have bought a Hyundai or something with what you paid for that computer. Finally, we can see all the cars. Good job, Brown.
Well, Derek Welch chiming in on YouTube just to let us know that, and confirming that is what happened. Joe Bennett's wheel just died on him. So that's what happened. That's what it looked like, too. He just straight up into the wall, straight down, no corrections.
Yeah, he's still in the pits, too.
Derek. Thank you, Derek, for the info.
That he is, so we do hope Double O Joe is able to get that figured out to rejoin us here out on track. If not, man, mouse and keyboard always worked.
Alan, weren't you in an endurance race one time and it just got so damn hot that it shut off?
No, I will give these super good folks here an opportunity to learn. Do not race the V8 supercars at the Texas Infield Short Road Course, as it will cause your wheel to overheat and almost internally combust. As those cars are just absolutely crazy to drive. But yeah,
your forced feedback turned way up too, probably, didn't you?
Oh no, I turned it down because it was just too out there. As looks like Zach Dillon not back out there on the track right now. Still waiting on Kevin Winker to jump back out on track as well. He might have had to tow, which is a pretty long tow time here. Looks like he is now finally going to be rejoining the track. But we do have some big movers up here towards the front as well. We have that 75 of Rick LePage, or is it 73? I can't read today. 73 Rick LePage. He's up quite a few spots. He's looking inside this top 5. We also got Derek Welsh and Paul Durkee both inside that top 10 right now too. You got Dusty Smith in that 21, the 69 of Gregory Turner still up there around that top 10. So still got quite a few high name drivers up there inside of this top 10 as we get ready to go back to green flag racing here.
Now these guys are getting lined back up. I hope that things kind of settle down after the restart here. As,
Well,
sometimes
they should.
we see these guys get kind of impatient early, but hopefully.
Now, that was a mechanical issue. I mean, they were still getting kind of racy there, 3 wide
yeah.
for a bit, but things happen. It's like real life. It's a simulation, not a game. Things happen. Things break. Internet connection. It's like having a faulty engine sometimes. So they should have a good long run here, and don't be surprised to see some of these guys in the back be at the front of this thing by the time it's over.
That for sure is indeed a possibility. As the pace car lights are off, he's going to start peeling off down into pit road here in just a moment. You also got Brandon Eastman and Steven Naylor going to be starting this one off side by side as here they go entering in that Geico restart zone. And here we go side by side. Getting things back to green flag racing they go. Great start there by that 10. He's going to have some help from some folks on that inside line as people head on down through and through. He's going to have Cody Staten there giving him a little bit of a bump. The 5 of Steven Naylor is going to tuck right back into line down there. So interesting start up here towards the front. Oh, as the 5, he's going to immediately pop back out. He sees some help coming up behind him here. It looks like that's the 73 of Rick LePage to come on up as well. You got Paul Durkee in that 6 machine looking strong as ever. He's driving a very good looking Bobcat paint scheme here tonight as they try to get that top line back up towards that front.
So we talk about teammates and how much they can help you out here. The 73 of Rick LePage, Maverick Racing out of Canada, he is all by himself out there. He's a one-man team, so he can kind of pick and choose who he wants to help. But one thing's for sure, he needs to make sure they help him in return when it's in his time of need.
Yeah, he's kind of like a freelancer. He can work for any other team and then be run over by the same team at the end of things. So. What about fans of the race? Don't we have like 2 of them tonight?
We're gonna pick 2 by the end of this thing. So keep the comments coming. Sure appreciate all of our viewers over there on YouTube. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and the like button. It really helps us out and helps us reach more viewers here for the HCK Beagles Racing League and find sponsors like Dubby and Freedom Landscaping as well.
Yeah, as the 81, Jonathan Osborne, smack dab in the middle of this crowd of trucks here in this field. Just kind of riding around on this high side. He's following that 64 Cale Turboville. That's someone you definitely want to be following around. Is Mr. Cale as we got some beating and banging up towards the front. Got some people maybe trying to side draft a little bit, close that door on that turbo tunnel. This track is a little bit wider than Daytona, so these guys can leave a little bit of that extra room. 3 wide isn't as much of a problem. However, 3 wide is always a dangerous subject to play with here as they're side by side here through turns 3 and 4.
Well, put it on the 42. This guy, Kevin Winker, is trying to do a $1 million bill move and just get his lap back the hard way. He's moving up the turbo tunnel to the outside, to the inside, driving like a man on a mission.
Well, he's going to need to do that a couple of times. He's being shown 2 laps down, it looks like. Eric Story in the 4 machine going to the outside, making it 3 wide beside Big Hoss Beverly there. And Earl Evans in the AAA broadcasting machine on the inside line.
And you can see Paul Durkee, he's drifting out wide. He's going to help that 4 machine kind of try to get back along. And look at that outside line go, picking up members, and they're going to start picking up a big time run. This is why we love these trucks, is all 3 lanes are really viable here with this draft package.
And now you've got 3 wide, about 4 columns deep here, 4 rows deep. These guys are actually pretty good at running 3 wide. This is the only league I think we broadcast where you'll see drivers run 3 wide consistently at Talladega and make it work, at least for a little while.
Well, they do have a lot of practice with a lot of these guys were here last year. They do run a lot of super speedway stuff, so very familiar with the truck as well. They're just getting after it. 3 deep over here.
Yeah, you can just see the 73 Rick LePage struggling inside that middle column there with all the air being buffeted around him. He was bouncing up and down a little bit. Able to keep it in his lane, though, so no car contacts as Cale Tuberville jumps up to that outside line with Jonathan Osborne. So more and more trucks here joining that far outside line as we are 3 wide, at least 6 or 7 deep up here in this main field.
This is a beautiful sight. This is why I love doing broadcasting with you guys, just to see stuff like this. It's amazing. Thank you, Ashley Osborne, for joining us, pulling for her brother in the 81. So keep on pushing. Katie's pulling for the 42.
Yeah, they're going to hold this as long as they can. Looks like 3 wide.
Chef Boyardee, Matthew Jones in that 66 bumps up to that middle lane here as that outside lane seems to have lost a little bit of momentum. He's going to try to get some help there from that 51 of Joshua Moore. Get back to the front, and there they go. Even Steven with that 10 as a big checkup goes through this field.
Yeah, the 81 dove down onto the apron, thought he was going to have to dodge some stuff there, but everybody able to get checked up.
Yeah, Eric Story had a little issue. They were almost 4 wide. He dove down, and it kind of worked out. No harm, no foul.
Oh boy, look at the run that Kevin Winkers got in that purple 42 Dubby machine. He's working up that outside lane. Doesn't have as much help anymore that he had only a few laps ago. That's how quickly things change here at these plate tracks. He's looking like he's trying to get his lap back the hard way here.
Yeah, he just got hung up in something early. So, hey, you never know. You get the lucky dog once or twice, he'll be back in it.
Do have
He's doing a great job out here as we're 13 laps in, and only the 1 caution so far for an equipment failure.
That indeed, as it looks like we do have a kind of chase pack trying to form up here. Brian Skidmore leading that one with the 45, Michael Reynolds. You got the 30 of Keith Miller back there, the 97 Rodney Griffin, Mike Adamson, Albert Anderson, and Josh Bittner as well. All back there, maybe trying to leave a little extra space as we technically really haven't reached our first kind of green flag pit stop set here, which is probably going to be coming up in the next 5 or so laps, I think.
Zach Dillon in the 20 machine disconnected, so I think he is done for the night. A little start and park situation for the 20.
Yeah, hopefully his car may have had an issue, maybe he had something to do, but this isn't the place you want to start and park. Anybody can win this damn thing.
As we, I believe that was...
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Oh,
Yeah,
big
88,
checkup.
88.
Nowhere to go for some of these guys.
Oh, the
64,
64 goes for a ride. Oh, man.
Yeah, the 88 kind of got in that. And
Saw it kind of brewing for a few seconds there before it actually happened.
Yeah,
It looked like the 1 initially involved.
You know what? I think it was the 10 was having a server issue there, and kind of was blinking in and out of existence, and which caused absolute mayhem. And of course, people having to react to a car that they can't see is kind of difficult. As we let's pause this here, go up to our chopper camera to kind of watch what happens here in the middle of this field. The one gets a little loose, and we had people getting loose kind of all throughout this thing. The 42 of Winker gets tagged again. The 64 and the 88 really get hit hard there. I think the 76 of Michael Hicks as well getting getting involved in that, or he was able to maybe check up in time before all heck broke loose. The 23, Mark Collins, was able to get through there. Same thing with the 13 of Earl Evans. Let's take a ride here. Somebody really made it through there pretty well. Might have been.
I know the 1 and the 6 had contact to start that deal. Or 15, I'm sorry.
Here, we'll take a look from the rear view of that one. Oh, yeah, a little bit of contact there. As you can then hear him get off the throttle as mayhem ensues in front of him.
Race control trying to sort it out between the 15 and the 1. Adam Strom joining us on YouTube saying, good evening to the best broadcasters in the business and trucks at Dega. It doesn't get any better. Thanks, Adam. We appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for always supporting us.
Get on with that nonsense. Just get us. Where's my beer? Come on down. Don't act like
important stuff.
Yeah, bring down the cold ones. What do you got? We're at
It's your
Talladega.
first
It's
day,
hot.
Strom. Come on now.
Yeah, but it is nice of him to say.
Yeah,
I didn't
he's a good guy, man.
pay him to say that or anything. But no, look.
Maybe we need to start.
Probably. We're probably gonna have to pay him.
Kevin Winker with a black flag. Not sure what it's for. It might be for passing under yellow, since I think we did have a couple of slow cars out there. And it is cleared. Yep, he got it cleared by the admins.
Yeah. Well, so what I think kind of started that, you mentioned the blinking truck. Yeah, I think that truck knew he was having issues. He tried to pull out of there, and it just caused a little bit of slowdown. And you get these guys, you get out of the rhythm. You're in such a rhythm. I think it kind of caused issues, kind of ripple through effect through the field there, and that's why we saw what we did.
The nature of pack racing, everybody's so close together. Something happens right in front of you, you really don't have enough reaction time. You know, it's not like driving on the freeway, you know, but it is in that you need to leave a gap for you to have enough reaction time to stop in time or slow up or change lanes or whatever you need to do. And pack racing just does not allow you to do that.
No, but it allows for a lot of fun, and when there's a
Absolutely.
crash, it's a big one. And I haven't heard too much anger yet. Why is everybody so nice on this day?
This is only
I'm
race
tired
2.
of the niceness. Let's get back to where we had a guy one time in a league we did. He threatened a minor and said he was going to come across state lines to whip him. So I want to see that kind of activity.
That
here,
wasn't in this league, though.
No, I don't condone
Or any that we currently broadcast.
I don't condone
we need to
violence
make that
against
known.
minors either, but I thought it was kind of a cool thing to happen, right?
Well, speaking of just this being race 2, how about a great community poll question here we got?
Oh,
How
yeah.
many different winners will we have this season? And you're going to have a few different options. Do you think we're going to have 5 winners this season? 6, 7, 8 plus different winners here this season? Let us know what y'all think. We'll end this poll a little bit after halfway, so we can give people their opportunity to get their votes on in.
I think as the season goes on, you're going to see who the dominant guys are, who are the ones that are going to be standouts every week. But there's so many plate tracks in here too. You can't really you can't rely on that.
No.
The whole super speedway, the whole nature of it is that it's unpredictable. So there's a, as opposed to a league that just does technical tracks,
Well,
Anybody
that's the
can
fun
win
part.
here,
Exactly. That's the fun
what makes
part
it
of it.
fun.
I could roll up there with my duct tape wheel and get in here, and 1 out of 50 times I might have a shot at winning the thing, So that's
I'm leaning towards maybe 6 or 7. I'm not going to tell y'all.
on the
Tell y'all how I
poll question.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Hell,
I definitely vote in the polls.
I like the poll question, though. That's kind of a neat feature that's been added this year.
Yes, sir, indeed. As we get ready to get back to racing here, we're going to have the 55, Tom Barish, going to start this one off, pushing that one teammate of his there, Derek Welsh, to the win last week. Just missing out on a good podium finish there for Tom, but he's going to start this one off here for us. Up 33 spots on the day. He did not take the pit stop this go around. He did pit back on lap number 4. However, this is a big disparity, and he's probably thinking there might be another caution here as we get things all ramped back up. Oh, we're beating and banging already. Yes, we take to this green flag. Man, this was not the prettiest of starts, but everything is now back underway. Tom Barish with a kind of long roll lead in there. He's going to get pretty much everybody to kind of single file out for the first few rows. Everybody kind of, I think, surprised at the awkwardness of that restart as we get back to green flag racing here. You got Mark Collins looking like he's trying to rip up through this field on that inside line. It's kind of like anybody who got left on that outside line is going to be falling back quite a bit until they kind of get all single filed back up. As, oh man, up here at the front, everything's getting all back to it. Immediately, the 51, Joshua Moore, was able to slide around on that outside and get some help there, as the 5 of Stephen Naylor is now looking like he's going to get some big-time push and help from that 15, Cody Staten. You also have the 81, Jonathan Osborne, up there as well. You have that 1 of Derek Welsh hanging on up to that outside, as well as Osborne drifts on down to get back in front of that 51 down there on that bottom side, as that high line continues to try to get that big push.
Now the 66 Chef Works machine, that's Matthew Jones, Chef Boyardee. He's got a bent up tailgate because the 86 giving him a big old shot in the back end. 86 had a big run, didn't have nowhere to go, couldn't let up in time, and kind of caved his tailgate in there. The 66 kind of had an awkward restart. He had left a lot of room in front of him and kind of backed up the field behind him. Not sure what the deal was there.
Well, I don't know, but there's a lot of chatter out on the track. I did hear that one of the Staten boys was a little angry, so let's get it going, guys.
Yes, sir, indeed, as this field does manage to get grouped all back up together here once again. Albert Anderson, he's been struggling here tonight, trying to keep it up with this draft. He's got Kevin Winker back there kind of helping him out just a little bit just outside. You also got Chandler Paul. He's got to be careful here. He's right there at that tail end of this kind of main pack as well. Double O Joe Bennett looks like he's got his wheel all fixed up. He's back out running a lap or so down. He's going to try to make up some of this ground from the tail end of this field, as we got Kenneth Stocks. He's looking like he's trying to make up some ground here in that 28, currently marked in 16th spot, as he's trying to put some extra groundwork done here on lap number 20 out of 60.
So these guys are a third of the way through. You'll see some patience out there, especially from guys like Anderson, just kind of sitting back there riding. They know there's a lot of laps left here to go, and probably at least a few more cautions, probably a couple, 3 more cautions.
Yeah, there's going to be at least, I would guess, 2. I mean, that'd be a cool poll one after this poll, but how many more cautions? But Albert's smart. He's sitting in the back. I like what he's doing. I'd like to hear from Albert Anderson, America's Driver Nation. I know they're out there. I don't know if we hadn't heard from too many of them tonight, though. He usually has a huge following.
No, Connie Goodman's out there pulling for the 81, of course. She's been active all night. Thank you for joining us, Connie. Jay Burton said so far this has been a pretty exciting race.
Of course, that 81, Jonathan Osborne, getting some laps led here on that bottom line. He does have Joshua Moore in that 51, giving him a little bit of a bump help there. You can see just how close these guys are racing with each other. Can't even see that front grille of Moore, really keeping it close to that back bumper of Osborne as they continue to put laps down here at Talladega, quickly approaching that halfway mark. Got Stephen Naylor on that outside. Stephen Naylor having a great showing here in his kind of home-sponsored race at this track here tonight. Trying to make some magic happen on that outside line. He's still got that 15, Cody Staten, giving him a big old push. And man, if you got anybody who you know who's got a pretty big team here, Cody Staten in that Team America number 15, you can best be sure that's a great person to have behind you.
Always helps to have teammates around you. But
You think
sometimes you just gotta make do.
You think Team America is just stocked up on the Dubbies and just letting it rip tonight? Probably that's a great thing to do before a race. Drinking a Dubby and get going, man.
Yeah,
They won't be all jittery. They'll be focused for sure.
absolutely, with sugar-free energy as the 12 of Austin Johnson driving that HCK Beagles racing machine. He's kind of towards this tail end of the main pack here that's too wide, running around in that top 20 kind of 19th spot right now, but leaving plenty of room. You can see he's got the 64 Cale Turbeville up there just a few rows away. As it looks like we're going to be taking it 3 wide here once again. Now maybe not as much as I thought. They're trying to make it work.
Eric Stoit is usually one of the first guys to jump out there and say, "Come on, guys, somebody go with me." And he's got the 88 right now, breathing on his tailgate there. He's going to help him out here.
Oh, contact
in the front. Osborne down on the apron.
Yep.
Couple more trucks. Here we go. They're wrecking.
Oh, 28 to 12. Can't believe. There we finally threw one. Oh, my goodness. Kenneth Stocks, unfortunate what happened to him there. Cody Staten is claiming it.
Let's go.
We'll see.
Take a big old rewind because this happened a little ways before everything. Let's try to find Jonathan Osborne's name here. It's kind of happened all up around him. Coming out of turns 1 and 2. Just a big bump on that 5 by the 15 gets everybody loose, and then all kind of heck happens right behind him. Ay. Goodness gracious. Just absolute mess. I think something else happened kind of there as well. Might have been
There was some
like a
stuff
field.
going on in the back. Following that, if you watched the in the cockpit of the Hunter Smith number 3, he avoided all kinds of mayhem back there.
Hunter Smith in the 3 machine.
All right, that we can do. Let's read it. How many
A lot of
cameras
cars.
I got?
It's a lot of options, don't you?
I got a lot of options here. So let's see. Hunter Smith, he was a decent way away, so he had plenty of visibility here as he tries to duck and dive and dodge his way through this mess. Smoke everywhere, cars everywhere. Woo! Close call there. Able to get around that, but it looks like did a pretty good job. I think Cale Turbeville as well had a pretty good job trying to get through there as he everything kind of happens dang near right in front of him.
Yeah, it is. That's crazy.
Oh, the red sea basically parted for that 64 machine.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool moves some guys made to avoid some of that stuff, but hey man, it's pack racing. A small one started and it turned into a pretty big crash, so kind of what happens here at Dega.
Corbin Rogers on there on YouTube saying, "Let's go, Hunter Smith." Hunter Smith with his head on a swivel, able to weave through all that stuff. That was an awesome replay, man.
That it was. So, how about let's talk to one of these drivers out here while we are kind of sitting under pacing right now. How about that 21 of Dusty Smith? He's up there pretty good, up 7 spots, currently riding around in 6th. Let's see if we can't find where his name is. Hey, it's Dusty Smith Racing, imagine that. Now I gotta find the broadcaster channel. There we go. Mr. Dusty Smith in that 21 machine, excuse me. How are you doing here tonight, brother?
Doing good. Doing good. How are you, sir?
We're doing good up here, man. It looks like had a few cautions here, one of which was a technical issue. Other than that, everything's just been kind of fairly tame. We did see some three-wide action going on here. We're kind of getting close to that halfway point. Do you think this action's going to heat on up?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. I thought that we would be 3 wide a little bit earlier on that particular run, but they held off for a little bit. I'm hoping that they kind of lay back for this next run, but you know how it is at Talladega. It's going to be 3 wide pretty quick, probably.
Well, hey, Dusty, talk a little bit about this because we know this is a team, a team sport here at HCK. You're a single car team. Are you working with any other single car teams out there, or are you working with a multi-car team at all?
Sorry, I have Zach Dillon. He's normally with me. He was in the race earlier, but he forgot to click his fast repair when he went in, and he blew up. So he had 30 minutes of repair. So I'm on my own, but I know the HCK guys. I'm friends with Brandon Eastman, and I've known Gregory since he was a little kid. So I just enjoy racing with them, and whenever I see them in Austin on the track, I know I can push them, and they can push me, and we can race well together.
Awesome, man. Good job tonight. Keep pushing forward and find your friend. Don't find your foe, and good luck here the rest of the way.
Well, yeah, I'm right behind Greg now, so I'm hoping I can help push him up to the front. We can get up there and hang out for a while. All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, that was cool. We didn't talk to him that I remember. Of course, my memory's gone now. I'm old, but
yeah, I did a reboot.
Yeah. Oh no, you just didn't.
It's Dusty Smith's got some heavy front end damage. I wish I would have saw that before we talked to him. I think that was part of the restart back there when the 66 was a little bit slow to restart. But as long as he's staying in line in the draft, he should be okay. That's the 3 out there. I think that's where he wants to be, Hunter Smith, trying to get somebody to come with him. We'll see if he can get somebody to jump up there on that high line. We've seen the high line kind of work here at Talladega.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was thinking about it. Well, now he's getting side drafted on, and he don't have anybody pushing him. So now he's stuck. Now he's going to start losing a little bit of momentum. Tyler Skidmore says it's only about 30 more laps till the Southern Outlaws make it up to the front.
Well, the 51, Moore, he is coming up hot on that outside line. Looks like he wants to help Hunter out there on the high line.
And in case y'all didn't know who the Southern Outlaws team was, it's Brian Skidmore, Hunter Smith, Michael Hicks, and Rodney. I'm sorry, what's
Griffin?
Rodney Griffin, thank you.
Whoa, here we go. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, Lordy.
Josh Moore in that one, too.
Earl Evans in the grass kind of avoids a lot of it, that AAA broadcasting machine.
We're going to have a few people. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 people with meatball flags that are going to have to come down pit road. A bunch of other people with some minor aero damage.
Man.
Yep. That was Naylor involved in the net code there?
That was definitely strange. We talk about the trucks have a lot of netcode issues, and I don't know what it is about iRacing and the trucks, but this is where we tend to see some of the issues with netcode. Oh, well, I was watching Earl Evans in the AAA machine. He didn't do anything great, but he went down and mowed the grass and probably gained 15 spots. He saw it, he went down in the grass. It was a wise choice, kind of avoided everything.
So many of these trucks had a lot of damage, but they were able to still, under their own power, make it around the track to the pits and not have to tow. That's very, very important. We saw the 21, 69, and the 81 just come in, among a bunch of others that were involved in the wreck, but not enough damage to have to tow. 51 also.
Yep, and the reason why you couldn't hear me strong was because I was muted, because I don't want to shake my bottle of Dubby here right in front of the mic and have you guys listen to that jingle jangle of one of those mixing balls kind of going around. But man, that was absolutely huge, and I'm dang near just about everybody at that point had to use a fast repair.
How many
Definitely.
do they have here? Two?
Two fast repairs.
Okay, good.
You got to make sure you check it if you got a lot of damage. We found that out from just talking to some of these guys out there. I guess that's what happened to Zach Dillon.
Yeah,
early in the
20
race.
machine.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think we see flashes of brilliance out here, like really, really good race, and then all it takes at this speed with this many trucks, one tiny mistake can turn into something massive.
Oh,
Is our
right.
poll closed out here for the
Our poll has closed as we are just kind of past halfway here by a lap or two. And the votes are in, and most of y'all think we're going to see 7 different winners here this season. Man, that's going to be something great to watch. But we also had a tie between 6 and 8 plus. So it's all pretty close there with 14 votes. The fewest amount going to people thinking we're going to see 5 different winners. I'm trying to remember what we had last season. I think we ended up having what? I think we had 6 last season, 7.
Oh, don't get me lying. I don't remember, brother.
I know we had a bunch of multiple. When I say multiple winners, I think it was Curtis Critchley. Man, he'd come out of nowhere and pick up wins left and right.
Wasn't that the Canadian Cowboy? That guy was a good driver. What happened there?
His I rating was like 6,000 or something like that.
No.
He's too good for us. Let's put it that way.
Well, I wanted to say that most of the tracks are super speedways on the schedule, but after iRacing Super Speedway next week, we've got Michigan the week after. Well, with the trucks, it's almost like a super speedway, the way they run. And then there's Vegas, Atlanta, and then we kind of go back through super speedways again until we get to Charlotte. And this is what I love about HCK. The All-Star race is at a short track. They did this last season. It was a big old hit. I think it was at North Wilkesboro last season. This season, it's going to be at Hickory Motor Speedway, sponsored by Trackdogs Racing. That's going to be a lot of fun.
I mean, might as well. They never. Let's do the opposite, kind of like George did on Steinfeld when he did the opposite and everything worked out for him. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
As this field gets ready to go back to that green flag, we're going to have Kenneth Stocks and Keith Miller up at the front, Mike Adamson, Josh Bittner, Albert Anderson, all working together. Same thing with that 75 of Brian Skidmore. And you know what? I'm getting kind of tired of talking here, whether you could hear me or not. And I know my partners in crime here are as well. So let's let these trucks do the talking for us. Let's go ahead and crank it up for this restart. As we come back live, that proud, excuse me, that Crank It Up segment brought to you by TrackDogsRacing.com. For all your merchandising needs, go and reach out and go buy some products. Oh, as we got contact up here at the front, that's going to cause a massive checkup. No caution to everybody who's able to hang on to it and get checked up in time. We did see Albert Anderson there a little earlier drop down to the apron, maybe not liking what he was seeing from this front group. He drifted on back towards the rear end of this field as things continue to tick away here from Talladega. We got Zachary Staten and Cody Staten, the Staten brothers, up there at the front. You got Derek Welsh as well, trying to make a push on this outside line after everything got all staggered around.
Got some trucks getting really sideways during that mayhem, but able to save it and keep this thing green.
Heck yeah.
Side by side they go through turns 3 and 4. Staten still up there at the front. Let's check in where Albert Anderson is way off the back now. He's got to be careful, otherwise he's going to lose the draft here again. He's got Mike Adamson back there with him. think both drivers, they were up at the front, just not liking what they were seeing from up there. Also got Austin Johnson. He's kind of at that tail end of this main pack. And then you got Haas Beverly back here kind of guiding this chase pack along. They're about a second back. They can catch up to this main pack. We've seen it happen once before. So don't count any of these guys out like Haas, Eric Stoy, Brandon Eastman, Tom Barish, and Michael Hicks. All of those guys are quick in their own right, and they can easily catch right back on up as here comes Derek Welsh on that outside line. He's got a big push from that 00 Joe Bennett happening on that outside line, trying to get around some of these Staten boys.
I like the 30 on the paint job on the 30 machine. That's Keith Miller. He's running right in between Kenny Stocks and Jonathan Osborne. He's got that Yellowstone paint. That's pretty sweet. I'm sure a lot of people like me, they can't wait for the next season of Yellowstone to come out.
Well, there's a Top Gun paint out there. There's all kinds of awesome paints. Austin Johnson looks like. I'm trying to figure out, is he in the Top Gun paint? Regardless, a lot of cool paint jobs out there, but the guys up front are putting into work right now.
And you are not kidding, as last week's race winner is looking to try to repeat here tonight. And that's Mr. Derek Welsh in that number 1 car. Let me try to get him correct here. You can see him in his normal seating position right up on that wheel. He's got 00 Joe Bennett sitting right there trying to help him get around this front of the pack. And man, it's absolute focus mode for a lot of these drivers out here.
Yeah, thank you, Jack Dixon, for joining us tonight. And Rebecca Smith saying, great show. Appreciate the ticker across the top of the screen. It's large enough that I can see it on my TV. She's watching it on her big TV there. And Adam Strom saying the Yellowstone paint job looking pretty sharp.
Yeah, well, Rebecca, you're not alone. I can't see anything when it comes to... You got to make it large font for some of us.
She says she can see it. She can.
I know. Well, we're making it large so she can see it.
Oh, you're talking about our visual impairments. Yes.
Yeah, we're making it perfect because Brown's got the giant ticker going. We're rocking and rolling. He's got a great computer system.
I don't even have my glasses on, and I can read it.
I can't read it because I got that on my phone. I got this over here. I'm watching the baseball game over here, and Derek Welch is just plugging this thing along.
Yeah, Derek Welch, the guy that claims to hate super speedway racing, who won last week at the season opener at Daytona, and doing very well out there again tonight. But somebody should let him know that whoever's leading this race on the inside line coming out of turn 4 on the last lap is seldom the one that wins the race.
For that, you are absolutely correct. So let's take a look here and ride around with our own sponsored / not sponsored car. That's that 13 of Mr. Mr. Earl Evans. He's up there. He's also joining us here with the face cam. You can see his absolute focus mode driving here, tucked in kind of in this middle to back of this main group, just kind of coasting along pretty easily here. He's getting a big run. You can hear that checkup that he had to do and how much power, even with the reduced amount of power that these guys have, they still got to get off the throttle here.
Earl's cut down a couple of spots here, but he's still sitting on the brink of the top 15 here, looking to make some points. I love that hood.
Ooh, it looks good, don't it? I'd give him a cold one for that. We'll pay him. I'll send one your way.
Yeah, we're going to have to send that man some beer.
Maybe some Dubbies or something. That's really cool things. I love the color, even though green is bad luck in racing.
Yeah, it is, and so is 13, and he's got bad luck on the side. And oh man, Earl, you just don't tempt fate, brother.
He does it every week.
Well, we appreciate you, Corbin Rogers. He said this is already a better broadcast than I've seen on Fox all season. We sure appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Connie Goodman pulling for the 81 of Osborne still, saying, come on, Osborne, get it done. Casey Jones pulling for the 66 of Chef Boyardee. Matthew Jones out there. That guy's got, what is it called, a ghost kitchen?
Yeah.
Down there in Atlanta.
I think so.
Man, go check that.
I don't
out.
want ghost cooking for me, but I think it's like the new thing. You know, the ghost kitchen where they're doing other stuff. I don't know.
Don't even
Sounds
know
fun.
what that means.
I'm not opening that can of worms, that is for sure. As the 84, Josh Bittner, up 18 spots here inside this top 10. Looks to try to continue his run. He had some bad luck last week, ended up in that final kind of craziness and not getting the best of finishes. But here he is this week. He's up in here, this main group, and once again, maybe saving up those fast repairs early on. So he's ready to start going out there and racing when we now have 19 laps to go. All these drivers pretty much all pitted back on lap number 30. So they still, I think, maybe need to make one more pit stop as we got a car down there on the apron.
Naylor in the 5 machine. He's trying to stay out of everybody's way. He has got a lot of aero damage. Casey Jones says Matthew Jones out there is his brother. He said he's one hell of a chef. I've seen a lot of the stuff he's made. I've seen pictures of it. I haven't tasted any of it. Haven't been down to Atlanta here lately, but next time I'm in town, I'll definitely check it out.
Does he make hot wings? Because I worked as a dishwasher one time, and this chef, 4, 3-star. I don't know.
So you're more than qualified to judge.
Yeah,
fine
so
dining.
he took care of us at the end of the night. He'd make us hot wings and make his own sauce. It was awesome, man. I love chefs. Of course, I love to eat, so why
He
wouldn't you
makes
love a
some
chef?
he makes some fancy stuff.
And speaking of, got something hot that's cooking up here in the kitchen. We got 3 Numb Thumbs gaming teammates all bunched up together. Double O Joe, Derek Welsh, and Mark Collins. They're all right around each other. They're controlling both lanes right now, which is absolutely huge at these plate tracks. If you can get teammates there controlling both lanes, as it looks like we're going to start seeing some pit stops happen.
Here they come. Jones and the 84 of Bittner, who was a little bit late to the game tonight. But Josh and Chef Boyardee coming on down.
And this could be the big call if they're coming on down all on their lonesome. And a yellow flag happens while they're down there. That's basically getting a free pit stop and some free car positions as we continue to race around here at Talladega. Up at the front, we got that Numb Thumbs gaming going on. We also got Zachary Staten, Cale Turbeville, Jonathan Osborne still hanging around up at the front, as well as here comes that 4 of Eric Stoy.
Again.
We know he ain't scared of going on to that outside line, but here he comes once again, all on his lonesome nonetheless. He's hoping for somebody to help come out there with him. They are catching up to some lap traffic here. Hopefully that lap traffic avoids this situation, but here we go. This is what we've been waiting for, the big groups of people coming on down. Team America coming on down. Oh, that 51. We're going to have to break out the speed radar there on him. He might have been coming in a little bit hot, but oh no, I think this is the might be the 8 where somebody
Cody Staten speeding on entry.
Oh, the
15 black flag.
28 staying on out there. Oh, that 4 was able to get down to that middle line to avoid the 28 of Kenneth Stocks there as we continue to put laps down here. Uh-oh.
The worst thing about getting posted for speeding under green is you have to serve it under green. So even if yellow comes out, he's got to wait till the green flag comes out to serve that penalty.
That is indeed the case, as we're 3 wide here. Is I think the 66 is getting all looped together, but my live timing thing has frozen up on me here.
Well, that's a computer thing. I wouldn't worry about that. We can keep pushing along. Great job in the 66, the Chef Works, and I guess that was Kenneth Stocks in the 28. They kind of stayed out of the way, held their line. That's the best part about it here, man. They really good racing on all the drivers' behalves. It's reloading, Brown.
Well, Jay Burton letting us know this is the first time he's watched a race on AAA broadcasting. It says, top notch, fine announcing. We sure appreciate you, Jay. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, we're doing it 3 nights a week. Going to go to 5 here soon, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like, thumbs up thing, all the buttons. Just smash all the buttons and so you don't miss a thing. We're going to be back tomorrow night. I think we're at Michigan tomorrow with Xfinity cars.
Yeah, we've already seen one great race from Michigan this week. We're looking forward to seeing another one as we continue to put laps away here from Talladega. 14 laps now remain. Still waiting on this big old gaggle of cars to come on down to hit their final pit stops. I
know what you wanted to say.
I was about
you wanted
to
to say big ass gaggle. Let's
Yeah.
just get it over with. That's my move.
We're PG-13 here. You can say it.
PG-13. We don't use real cuss words. Everything's. Hell, you watch TV anymore, you see more terrible things than you did in the 80s. Just regular TV. So yeah, Brian, it's fun to see all these cars out there.
And it is the 81 Jonathan Osborne was able to get tucked around that one, but here comes that one back to the outside again. He's got just about all of his teammates from Numb Thumbs Gaming out there. He's going to easily just flip right back around that one, the 81, of Jonathan Osborne. So once again, Numb Thumbs controlling both lines here from the front of this thing, but they still do need to make that one more final pit stop.
Well, Casey Jones said something about some smoked hot wings. Well, I could use some of those right now. Racing hot wings, maybe a cold beverage, whatever your choice is, Dr. Pepper, or
Have you ever had Dr. Pepper wings? That's
I've seen it. No, I have seen that, and I've used the recipe once or twice.
Hey, Connie Goodman saying, "Go 81, go," and then she added on there. She says, "Say it, guys, say it." We got you back, Connie. Oh, she cracks me up. Yeah, keep in mind, folks, we're going to do 2 fans of the race every race for the HCK Beagles Racing League. And at the end of the month, they're going to pick a winner out of those folks. And it's going to be a gift card or something, I believe.
I think it's a T-shirt, I believe.
T-shirt?
Whatever it is, it's something you didn't have before, and it's kind of fun, right? So, yeah, say something on the chat. We'll read it, just like the teleprompter,
Yeah,
I'll read anything that's put up there. Yeah, you could put anything up there. We're going to read it, kind of like
put
people.
A question mark at the end because,
people we know today. Oh, I'll be dang. That's a heck of a race now.
Yeah, you ain't kidding as we are side by side here. Got Earl Evans going 3 wide there with some traffic by the looks of it. He's tucked in behind that 86 machine, who I believe is a lap down. Possibly, I don't know. I can't see anymore as my contacts are kind of fogging up on me. But
I got you, brother.
But they were able to figure it out, so we're back to 2 wide racing. We still got Numb Thumbs controlling both rows up here, but talk about controlling things. How about talking to Freedom Landscaping to take control of your landscaping needs? If you're in that North Carolina area, go ahead and reach out to them at 336-909-0629. As landscaping is one of those things where if you know how to do it and do it right, things can look mighty fine. And they're a family-owned and veteran-owned and operated business, so definitely go give them some love out there, like I said, in that North Carolina kind of area.
Yeah, and just so you know, the NTG Daytona logo is still in the upper left. I don't know how that got up.
Oh, it got kind of flipped around here.
It got crazy. Look at Earl Evans on the outside, 3 wide.
He's running with the Eastman up there. They're making some tracks right now. Eastman's 1 lap down, but if he can get in front of these guys, he is the lucky dog right now. So if a yellow comes out, the 10 in that Top Gun machine, he will get a lap back.
Man, this is awesome. I like seeing Casey Jones. You can comment on that, English, but
what's he got?
I just
another page. You can
hashtag raise hell, praise Dale. I love that. That's like my favorite thing,
Albert Anderson.
He's talking about we need to come down to Atlanta and have some food down there.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. As Albert Anderson was sitting there on that apron, as we're still waiting on these guys to hit their final pit box. kind of stops here. 9 laps now remain. We are 3 wide. Earl Evans really using that outside line here, maybe trying to get around this Numb Thumbs Gaming guys. They're gonna run into some traffic issues here. They're gonna be careful. Oh no, as the 13 gets a little loose, maybe checking up for some stuff. He's gonna be out there banging against that outside wall for quite a while, but we're gonna stay green flag racing here, as he was for the most part able to get that thing back under control. But we're gonna have that one of Derek Welsh still out there in front. Man, he's got to be getting close, because he's been leading this thing for quite a while.
Yeah, well, we had a computer crap to bed, so we can't really tell when everybody pitted. On my end, I don't know about your end. It happens. That's what computers are for.
I remember they, at least for the most part, most of these guys pitted back on like lap 30 and lap 31 the last time we saw a caution here. So these guys have been racing pretty clean for quite a while. As 00 Joe Bennett, he's going to jump down to that bottom lane, as here they come, all the Numb Thumbs and Jonathan Osborne coming down into pit lane for their final pit stop. This is the money stop here. Looks like everyone getting a pretty good entry. Got a little close there with the 81 on that one, but able to hang on out, and pretty good entry there from all those guys. You got Cale Turville now out there in the lead. He's got some people a lap down who made their pit stops right around him, like that 66, the 86, the 5. Got a whole bunch of people around him here. So Cale, I think, really one of the last ones that really needs to come on down to hit that pit box. Otherwise, he's going to start kind of being in fuel trouble. But also, who knows? He was just kind of sitting back and relaxing. He could have saved enough, although I don't know if he was able to save, 3 or 4 laps worth of fuel in this pack.
Yeah, Mike Adamson, who's running up there with the 84. Them guys know each other really well. Good friends there.
Well, right now with the fuel, it's like shooting dice in Waco, English, just with the fuel. It's a fuel situation now, so roll the dice. Somebody may have a pistol in their boot, and somebody may not. So let's hit it.
Yeah, as we're go for it.
No, I was gonna say the only couple of drivers I see that are still running out here just came down into the pits. So not a whole lot of guys willing to really gamble with fuel here.
No, not at all, which means Zachary Staten, Joshua Moore, and Keith Miller are going to be nose to tail up here in this kind of lead little pack. We do have back there where Josh Bittner is and whatever, that chase pack kind of all forming up, trying to catch on up to where these leaders are. They have 6 laps to try to close that gap up. You can see there the 42, Kevin Winker, diving on down to the apron, letting these guys have the room that they need to kind of race this one out. You got 00 Joe Bennett and that 4 of Eric Stoy working together in a tandem to try to catch back up to Keith Miller here. You got Rick LePage leading that secondary pack now as well, and they are trying to get back up. Problem is they keep losing time here. I don't think they're as formed up as they want to be.
Well, you talk about 6 laps, about to be 5. That's about 55 miles, 150 miles. I don't know. It's a long way here still, so we got a long way to go. Dega is huge. It's the biggest one besides the iRacing Super Speedway.
Not kidding there.
Which is where we're going to be next week. If you guys are enjoying this, y'all are going to love iRacing Super Speedway next week. It's a 3-mile super high banked quad oval that, I guess it's like Martinsville. It's an oval, and it's 2 straightaways connected by 2 U-turns, but it's 3 miles long, and these trucks are going to get up to about 230 miles an hour. It's going to be insane.
That indeed it will be, as we are 2 by 2 up here for the leads. Zachary Staten and 00 Joe Bennett trying to see who's going to lead the ultimate final lap and cross that line. 4 laps now to go. This small pack only has about 5 cars in that lead group hunting for that victory here tonight. That chase pack is still not really gaining any ground. If anything, they're still losing ground just a little bit. So I think this lead pack's doing a great job of staying bunched up together here and putting down some good laps. As you can see, the 81 Jonathan Osborne, that's not what they want, is people kind of ducking and diving and making it 3 wide here in this chase pack.
Well, it looks like Rick LePage, what was happening there? Had a little bit of wiggle waggle there, but they held it, especially at speed like that. That was pretty amazing.
Indeed, as they come back across the line now, 3 laps to go. Zachary Staten out in front with Joshua Moore right there, helping push him along. Double O Joe, one of the lone Num Thumbs guys in this group up here towards the front, trying to pick up a win number 2 for that team, as they tried and try to get things rolling here once again. Look at that run that's coming on that outside line.
Well, to be the one to bring it up, but we got a couple of green-white checkers that in case we need them.
Well, relax. What are you talking about? I'm just talking about Double O Joe. This guy went from complete chump with a equipment failure to could be champ here. Awesome racing, man. Let's see what the next few laps have in store.
Oh, you ain't kidding. As we're wiggling and waggling here in this pack, 2 laps now remain. When the leaders cross that line for the white flag, no more cautions will fly, and this race will end on that lap. So be on the lookouts for that. 42, Kevin Winker, unfortunately, going to go another lap down here as that 4 of Eric Stoy looks to try to take that outside line back up here towards the front. He did take it 3 wide there for a second, but that split up that group just a little bit. Still, that 51 pushing that 88. It's hard to get around him.
Ooh-wee.
Aggression is about to get ramped up big time. These guys get around, get ready to take this white flag.
I want to hear about some fighting and all kinds of carnage. Throw somebody off the top rope. Let's get this thing on.
It's here we go. They cross the line and taking that white flag. No more cautions here tonight from Talladega. We got 5 cars in it to win it in this main pack. That 4 of Eric Stoy gets up into the lead right in front of that 88 of Zachary Staten. Side by side they go down this back straightaway. You can see there Keith Miller just trying to figure out some way to get back up to that front in that 30 machine, up 15 spots already here on the day. Here going into turns 3 and 4 for that final time. They go still side by side, outside line, looking like they're going to try to busty up a big old run here coming out of the corner, and here they come. Oh, there goes Double O Joe. He's going to look to the outside line, take this thing 3 wide, 30 getting stuck in the middle, beating and banging. Oh, we're going to have a wreck here in the middle of this field as they come down, racing to the line. It's going to be Eric Stoy, followed by the 88 and the 51.
Keith Miller on his passenger side door gets hit and sent into the sky by some guys trying to make some position here at the end.
Oh, that truck has...
Yellowstone machine is stalled out right at the finish line.
I think he now just finally crossed, so... Man. Let's go back and take a look here at...
Wow.
Quick replay, what happened here at this front pack. Just heavy duty pushing. Oh, and that Double O machine gets tagged up into that 30, and yeah, he went for a wild ride into the stands, kind of Austin Dillon-esque. He ends up stuck kind of on his side here, not able to tow, and they were 6 wide in that chase pack coming up to the line. Good night. Let's go back to Jonathan Osborne here as we take a look at this main field, or this kind of chase pack here. Gonna pull up Jonathan Osborne as they are 3 wide through 3 and 4. This is not for the lead. This is just for some spots here in the middle. They're 3 wide, and it's gonna be taken 4 wide here, maybe even 5 wide. Look at the run all these guys are getting, diving on down to the apron and everything, beating and banging. Not much room. Oh, and that just sends that 30 for an awful wild ride, but it doesn't matter because the 4 of Eric Stoy walks away the winner here from Talladega.
Man, that was Well, I'm trying to wrap my brain around all that stuff that was going on at the end there. That was pretty awesome. One of the Staten boys up there in second, Joshua Moore. Double O Joe barely missed out. Jonathan Osborne, great run. Top 5. Mike Adamson, Josh Bittner, Tom Bears, Hunter Smith, Rodney Griffin. These guys had a hell of a run, man. What a great race we had today.
And thank you so much to all of our YouTube viewers. Our fans of the race tonight are Casey Jones and Rebecca Smith. We'll have some different winners next week, so make sure and come back and join us once again on YouTube. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. Casey Jones and Rebecca Smith, you're fans of the race.
Yeah. You're putting a drawing, you're going to win something at the end of the month is what we believe is going to happen. I think it's a t-shirt.
Yep.
It could be wrong.
Yeah.
But awesome, man. We had a great time talking with y'all.
That we did. But let's talk to some of these drivers out there, starting things off with that 51 of Joshua Moore, bringing it on home for a podium third place finish here tonight, trying to get that 88 into victory lane here. Just not quite enough. But talk about this final couple laps here. I know you guys were in basically a 5-man breakaway pack here to finish this thing off, but we still saw some good beating and banging up to the end.
Yeah, it was a good race. We had a pretty good pit strategy at the end. We were going to pit in sooner than everyone else and try to just get a good draft, but Cody got speeding, so we weren't able to have him for a couple laps, but we ended up passing him, and he ended up joining our train.
Well, Josh, I know next week y'all are going to try to get that 51 Muhlenberger Custom Homes machine in, at least on the podium. iRacing Super Speedway is just a crazy track. We see some net code stuff happen there. What's your strategy to stay alive at iRacing Super Speedway?
I love iRacing Super Speedway. I like it more than most people because if you go to the back, it's really easy to pass on the outside, and there's just those huge runs to get around.
Yeah, you're going like 5,000 miles an hour, but it'll be fun next week. Hey, enjoy this one. Podium finish. You got anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank Muhlenberger Custom Homes for coming aboard for this season also, and want to thank my internet for staying put the whole race and actually working. And I guess I'll wish a happy birthday to my sister, Natalie.
Awesome. Well, happy birthday there, Natalie, and congratulations to you there, Josh, finishing up there on that podium, helping out the team championship as well. So good luck next week at iRacing Super Speedway, and look forward to seeing you guys out there again.
All right, thanks.
So moving on up, let's talk to Mr. Zachary Staten here in that 88 machine, leading quite a few laps here at the end, but of course not leading that all-important one. Still a great finish there for you there, Zach, as you finish up there in second place. Just kind of walk us through that final fuel strategy, because I don't think everybody was thinking we were going to see a green flag finish here all the way to the end from that halfway point.
Yeah, so me and my teammates we weren't 1, 2, 3, but we were all lined up 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, and we were kind of thinking that if we can get down, once we hit that fuel window, if we can get down, get on pit road, we'll have a lot shorter of a stop if it does go green. We should cycle out to the lead, and then even if we get a caution, we'll still be able to stay out and inherit the lead. So that was kind of our strategy there, and it worked. When we came by everyone after they pitted, we had a decent lead. I just think our draft really helped them catch up, and Stoy got me on that last lap, and I just had nowhere to go because I was pinned down by the 30, and I had my teammate behind me, but I had nowhere to make a move on the outside, so I kind of just gave Stoy a nice push to the win there.
Next week, another super speedway, but definitely a lot different. When you're coming out of turn 4 here, if you're the lead car on the low line, we talked about it quite a bit tonight, it's pretty low likelihood that you're going to win the race because there's so much chaos that happens between turn 4 and through the tri-oval. which is way before you get to the finish line. Next week's going to be a lot different. Are you and the team working on any kind of strategy for the end of next week's race at iRacing Super Speedway?
Well, first of all, we got to get there. We've had some struggles getting the whole team to the finish, at least up in a chance to win. But I think of that iRacing Super Speedway, man. You want to be on the outside coming to the green. There's there's a big run to be had coming off of turn 4. And unfortunately, that's what causes a lot of the chaos coming to that finish line, because the outside lane gets a pretty big run, and then the guy on the inside has an oh crap moment and throws a block, and that's usually what causes the mayhem. So hopefully we can be out in front of that and just have a nice, calm victory, but I'm sure that won't be the case.
Well, you don't know unless you get there, so we'll get there next week, but celebrate a really good race tonight. Anybody you want to thank, shout out, stuff like that?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to my grandpa and grandma. I'm sure they're watching up there in Michigan. And then, as always, shout out to Team America. We have good strategies. We just got to try to stay out of other people's at these super speedways. So we'll get them next week.
Awesome. Well, Zach, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing what Team America can do starting up next week.
All right, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
And that brings us up to tonight's race winner. It's going to be that number 4 of Eric Stoy, the man who has no fear, able to take this thing 3 wide and ride that outside line like he always loves to do. Eric, congratulations on the big win here tonight, and kind of walk us through those final laps as you find yourself in this kind of breakaway pack up at the front.
Oh, hey, thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I think the whole pit strategy worked for me. I knew I needed to pit about 5-6 laps before, just to be able to catch up to the pack and gain momentum. And you just get times where you take some risk and you go 3 wide and just try to have fun with it, and hopefully it sticks.
You definitely look like you were having fun out there, because we get a restart, and then just like clockwork, about 4 or 5 laps later, we see that number 4 Goat Patch Brewing Company Chevy Silverado go up to the outside line and try to entice a couple of other trucks to go with you. Great job out there staying out of danger. There was a few wrecks out there today, but you were able to be in the right place at the right time, and great job out there. Congrats on the win. What do you think about next week? We're going to ISS. It's kind of nuts there. The speeds are insane, and you always got to deal with a little bit of net code. But what's y'all's strategy going into next week?
Oh, I think it's probably about to be the same thing here, but I know there you can't really go 3 wide, and yeah, speeds are pretty intense. Probably just play it by ear. Just try to show no fear in this. I mean, I feel like if you're sitting back in the pack, it's not going to be worth it. So with me, I try to tell my teammates, just go for it. We got nothing to lose, and it paid off for me.
Yeah, it did. I mean, running the high line really worked out, pushing the envelope a little bit. Good job. You have anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs for this victory tonight?
Thanks to you guys, first of all. You guys have been doing a good job on this. Also to my son, he was just 4 months, turned 4 months the other day, so
Oh man,
I know
congrats.
he was watching the race, and just my teammates and everyone else in this league, just hopefully we make these races exciting for everyone.
Yes, sir, indeed. I was actually going to ask you about little Kyler there. I know you missed a couple of races last season for his birth and whatnot. And when are we going to see Kyler out here on the track?
Oh, I mean, hopefully, let's see, let's go about in 4 years. He'll have a lot to learn. I want to make sure I train him right and just have fun with it. But overall, he's doing good, and I hope throughout the years he can take on the racing career like me.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win here tonight, Eric, and go celebrate with your family tonight, man, and we'll see you again next week.
Hey, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
And that is gonna be it from Talladega. The race in action completed, and man, just like always, everything coming down to the end, which is what we like to see. Oh man, and I had the AAA theme going the entire dang race, so I'm sorry, folks, if the music got a little annoying. I forgot to pause that. But either way, you know, Dega is gonna Dega, and that's what we saw here tonight.
I mean, of course it's gonna Dega. That's what we do. Super speedway racing. That's the key here. HCK Beagles, they put on a fine show. I had a heck of a time watching this thing, man. It got a little rowdy, but I enjoyed all the interaction with the fans out there watching their favorite driver. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a great race, and thanks to all the drivers and all the fans out there. Sure appreciate all the support we're getting on YouTube. Thank y'all so much. It means a lot to us. And if y'all like what you see, you know, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. That way you don't miss any of the racing action, because racing season's just getting kicked off for us. We got a couple more leagues that are going to be coming in here and having us do some broadcasting for them. So thank y'all so much, and we appreciate every one of you.
Yes, sir, indeed. As all the graphic stuff is all mixed up because I had to restart stuff, so just bear with us here, as things may not look exactly the same as they started. But one thing that certainly doesn't look like the same thing that as we started is tonight's finishing order. So let's go ahead and say where these drivers or these fans' favorite driver finished here tonight. Eric Stoy picking up the big win in that 4 machine with the 88. Zachary Staten just a little shy, but still a great run there for him and his Team America teammate Joshua Moore there in that 51, finishing on that podium. You got Double O Joe Bennett coming back from, like Turner said, man, just absolute catastrophe at the beginning where his wheel decides to not be a steering wheel anymore. Ends up coming in at 4th of 13 spots. 81, Jonathan Osborne with a great race here tonight, finishing inside of that top 5. 54, Mike Adamson manages to make up 20 spots to finish here in 6th, so great run from Mike. Same thing with that 84 of Josh Bittner, he finished here in 7th. 55 of Tom Barish, your hard charger of the day, up 26 spots to finish there in 8th. A great run from him. You had the 3 of Hunter Smith as well, having a great night, up 18 to finish in 9th. And rounding out tonight's finish in top 10 is that 97 of Rodney Griffin, up 20 spots there to take that 10th spot.
Maverick Racing's number 73, Rick LePage, finishes in 11th place. 12th will be the one of Derek Welch, last week's winner from Numb Thumbs Gaming. 64 of Cale Turbeville finishes in 13th, up a bunch of spots. Watch for some big stuff to happen with Cale this season in that 64 machine. The 45 of Michael Reynolds, also up a ton of spots there to finish in 14th. Keith Miller, we saw him on his door there in the 30 machine, gave his best effort there. Still able to cross the finish line at the end there, finishing in a top 15 spot. The 6 of Paul Durkee will finish in 16th place. Michael Hicks in the 76, finishing in 17th. 18th will be Chandler Paul in the 72. The number 2, Albert Anderson, America's driver, up 10 spots, finishing in 19th. 20th place will be the 75 of Brian Skidmore. Chef Boyardee, Matthew Jones in the 66 machine. Started up in 3rd. Good qualifying run for Matt, but he'll finish back in 21st position. The 28 of Kenny Stocks will finish in 22nd place, down a couple spots from where he started. Mark Collins, also of Numb Thumbs, in the 23, will finish in 23rd place. The 22, Big Hoss Beverly, started up in 5th, involved in one of the big wrecks that we saw out there, finishes in 24th. And rounding out your top 25, and the last car, the last truck On the lead lap, the 13 of Earl Evans driving around in that bad luck green number 13 with AAA Broadcasting on the hood. So thank you, Earl. He'll be 25th.
21, Dusty Smith. We talked to him. He ended up 26th. 15 of Cody Staten. Ended up 27th. 12 of Austin Johnson, 28th. 86 of Jake Bunjo, my favorite name out there, 29th.
Yeah.
10 of Brandon Eastman. Had a little rough incident there. Ended up 30th in the Top Gun machine. 42, Kevin Winker, captain of Team America. Really rough night for him. We'll see him back next week doing a good job. 31st. 69, Gregory Turner, ended up 32nd. Number 5 is Stephen Naylor, 33rd. And rounding it out there, 20 is Zach Dillon, had an incident early, 58 laps down, and 34th.
Yes, sir. And that rounds out our field here from Talladega. We thank you all for tuning in and watching. You guys are the reason why we do this, is hanging out with some great fans like y'all and enjoy the racing action that these drivers put on for us week in and week out. Because, man, you're the reason why we do it. Otherwise, it's just three talking heads just speaking out our butts. Well, either way, it's still great to have you guys around here with us, as well as like proud sponsors over here. Like today's race sponsor, Freedom Landscaping. If you're in that North Carolina area, go ahead and give them a call for your landscaping needs at 336-909-0629. Great family, veteran-owned company, operated since 2013. They have a great story. Go check them out and give them some love, as they have given some great love here to the HCK Beagles, as well as Trackdogs Racing. Go ahead and go give them, Mr. Josh Bittner, some love for your merchandising needs, as well as if you like a lot of the products you see, go ahead and order some, man. It's pretty fast shipping, man. They do a great job over there. So be sure to get yourself some merchandise, as well as Dubby. Order your Dubby today at Dubby.gg, as well as using code HCK for that 10% off. That's very, very important, as well as, because these sponsors, this sponsor list, man, it just keeps on growing and growing.
That's great.
Same thing with Davidson Builders. Go and check them out. Proud sponsor here all season long. And it's not Num Thumbs Gaming this week. They were last week, but as well as AdminBoxx. Go ahead and go support them. It's they've jumped on board for the Pole Award here all season long. So we thank all of those guys for jumping on board with HCK Beagles and joining this great community that we got going on here each week in and out. And that does it for us here from Talladega. We look forward to watching you, hearing from y'all again tomorrow night at Michigan, as the Vigilante Racing League takes on that fun 2-mile track in those Xfinity cars. It should be a great, wild ride. We saw some great action there on Monday. Well, I look forward to seeing that action continue here on Wednesday. But until then, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
We gone. And get well, Jay Burton. Jay Burton was watching us tonight from a hospital bed. Get well soon, brother, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
See ya.